ED1, health and safety briefing, group discussion. Okay, people, I'm on a stage. You guys are currently the audience. What you're seeing in front of you, can people start contributing? Put your hand in the air. If there is a consideration, you know that you're going to write down about health and safety. What is it? Guilherme?
Trip hazard, so on stage, bring up the carpet, you can trip over the carpet. Well, the carpet can help you trip over.
Trip hazards with regard to what, this?
Carpet, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all of that.
The stage, the monitors, and all that.
So the fact that you have to step onto a stage in the first place could be problematic. We do have, does anybody wonder why there's a ramp up to the stage?
For disabled kids.
Yeah, we had a wheelchair user who was a vocalist on the course. One of the main reasons, but would you argue that it's less of a hazard getting on and off stage as it would be going up and down steps? Even if you are able to kind of walk on and off, yeah? Okay, next person. Yes, Shannon.
Like leads along floors and stuff, like away.
Yeah. Leads on floors, not stepping, you know, having a trip over those. What would you do with leads that are on the floor if they have to trail along the floor? Tape them down. Cool, brilliant. Someone else had their hand up just now. Yes, Callum, sorry.
The microphone, have the people round the mic stand if it's on the mic stand.
Yeah, you could argue that. You could argue, though, if the vocalist wants to take the mic off, it can be problematic as well. Yes, Moz?
Feedback from the monitors.
That is a health and safety consideration because, yeah, if a vocalist is dropping down the mic, you know, could present feedback and cause damage to people's hearing. Yeah, Paige.
The flashing lights for people with epilepsy.
Yeah, so if there are strobes being used, what do you have to have?
A warning.
Warning sign.
Warning sign, thank you. Brilliant. Others? Guilherme?
Exposed electronics, so you see the cables on the drum module and desk.
Okay, so what, you've got things which are, in which way are they exposed?
So they're easy to take off. You can electrocute yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's electricity in close proximity to where you are, yeah, I agree with that. Other contributions? Yeah, Alfie?
Volume, generally.
Are we all listening, please, people? You're going to have very good hearing if this camera picks up when there's a lot of background noise. Alfie, you've just said about volume.
Yeah.
So what's the volume going to affect? Could it be the band? Could it be the audience?
Everyone.
Bit of both?
Mostly the audience.
Yeah.
They
And most people that I've met only have one set of ears. Ellie?
You need to make sure that the front of house speakers are stable.
Yeah, good point. So looking at this as well, I mean, would you all agree? Most people have had a go at lifting these. These are pretty heavy, and you'd certainly know about it if one of them toppled onto you. Yeah, good point. Corey?
Just being aware of your surroundings. So like when you're on the stage, if you've got like two guitarists, a bass player, a pianist, there's going to be loads of you on the stage. So if you're a vocalist and you want to move around a lot, just be aware of who's around you.
Yeah, really good point. Again, more people are still talking. Can we listen to the person who's providing, which will be assisting with your coursework? Corey has mentioned with regard to the awareness on stage. Has anybody been hit in the face with a bass headstock before? Yeah. Would you like me to demonstrate on one of you?
Yes.
Oh. It is very painful. So that awareness on stage of what you're kind of stepping into. If you have a bassist a bass guitar in itself is a long scale neck, you could argue that putting a bassist this side, where the neck is here and the rest of the band are over there, is less of a hazard than it would be having the person in the middle moving the headstock around, or even this side of the stage, which is facing into the band. You know, I know it sounds a bit nerdy, but that is certainly a consideration as to where people are placed on stage. Yeah, Ben?
Water on stage.
Yeah, definitely. So what doesn't water kind of react well with? Electricity. Yeah, exactly. But vocalists would need water to hydrate. You could argue, is that a health and safety consideration? if a vocalist isn't hydrated. Yeah, Paige.
Unbalanced equipment.
Unbalanced equipment.
So like if that wasn't balanced correctly and we were performing, some of the vibrations could possibly knock something onto a bag of mango and
Yeah.
cut.
Very good point. Very good point. When it comes to vibrations as well, you know, what else have we discussed with regard to how certain speakers are connected? The good old speak-on. Another consideration is the vibrations on stage is why, and again from a health and safety point of view, when guitar cabs are mic'd up, why it's mic'd in close proximity to the cab, and why you'll find 9 times out of 10 the stand is tightened up a lot more thoroughly in a live performance than it is in a recording studio, simply because of the vibrations that are caused. What you don't want is to do the best guitar solo you've ever done and find the mic has just dropped down or the whole stand has collapsed. Any other considerations? Someone who hasn't spoken yet. Declan.
Yes. What's the question?
Any more health and safety considerations? Yeah.
Basically, right, if you're a shit drummer, you could throw a stick at someone accidentally and knock them out.
Then
At the back of the head, it could be quite painful, yeah. Okay, so we've got quite a few to be going on with. You know, the clear ones are the trip hazards, the risk to you as a performer, but let's look at the audience factor as well. You know, if there's multiple people in a room, we've got the heating on at the moment. We've already had situations in the classroom where people have got, you know, quite hot in that particular environment. You know, what about being able to access in and out of the building safely? What about if somebody does faint in this environment? What about crush hazards? You know, those type of things. The risk to the audience is another consideration. Yeah. Would you have security in all venues? You know, what does security do? Are they protecting you? Are they protecting the kind of the reputation of the venue? You know, what are they there to do? That could be something you factor in. It doesn't have to be necessarily this stage if you want to expand on it into a wider environment, but the information we're looking for to hit criteria is about a risk assessment for this gig. Yes, Will.
If you're a performer and like the mosh pit probably won't happen because it's an assessed gig or whatever.
Yeah.
But like let's say like you're performing to like thousands of people and then like mosh pit or something kicks off or someone gets hurt, it's kind of a bit of your responsibility to say like stop it.
Yeah, exactly. As Fred Durst did at Reading recently. We have had a wall of death in here. And yeah, you were involved?
I mean, we were watching.
Oh, right.
I was in. What's wall of death?
He was in it. Yeah, he's lived to tell the tale. Brilliant. So I think, you know, we covered quite a lot here with regard to hazards. And you may, excuse me, people, you may want to consider this as a kind of a graph that you do, the potential risks and what the issues that could arise with regard to that, how to alleviate. I mean, what we're looking to do is to have a trouble-free gig without any safety risks. So the more facts, kind of, you know, issues that you can address with regard to how we stop those kind of issues arising in the first place, then that's the name of the game. So thank you very much. I'll put this up on Google Classroom, and again, it's something that I would expect you to do all individually, which will be prior to the gig. Thank you.